Ladies and gentlemen, players are standing by for the women's singles final. Please welcome the world number 24 from Ukraine, Dayana Yastremska.
It is the biggest final of her young career. A first Premier title beckons for Dayana Yastremska, and the 19-year-old will break into the top 20 if she can win today.
And from Australia, the number 1 player in the world, Barty.
But Barty is hoping to write her own little piece of history here. Victory this afternoon would bring title number 8 for the mantelpiece, but significantly a first achieved on home soil, and that would make it very special indeed. Well, she's come so close the last couple of years. This corresponding week saw the tournament in Sydney, and she made the final the last 2 years there, and just ran into Angelique Kerber and Petra Kvitova last year, who were a little bit too strong. Lovely conditions today. The weather's been very kind all week in Adelaide. Last year's defeat for Barty against Kvitova was a tough one to take. 3 really titanic sets against Kvitova. And she's going to have to chase down some balls today against one of the cleanest ball strikers on the tour. The only teenager in the draw here, and hasn't she made her presence felt? Yastremska with 3 top 20 wins here already this week.
Yeah, absolutely. This is Lucas.
What's your name?
Lucas. And this is Dayana. Hi, so can we start by facing that way for a photo? If you stand right here in the middle, perfect, thank you. Awesome. Okay, just a couple of reminders. If you want to make a challenge, just make that very clear for me, please. Apart from that, the clocks are clearly in the corner. Any questions from your end? No? All right, so you wanted to ask who? You wanted to ask you, Ash? WTA or trophy?
WTA, please, mate.
Perfect, so she chose WTA.
Yeah.
Nice spin. It is trophy. Serve. Okay, have a good match. Thanks, Lucas. Good job.
Lucas doing a great job there with the coin toss. And Yastremska is going to serve first. That is how this final is going to get underway. She served well yesterday against Aryna Sabalenka. Well, it was a stunning performance, the latest of so many from Dayana Yastremska, who is a mighty talent, looking for a 4th career title here today. By far the biggest of her career, but she looks like she is ready. Tina Krujin alongside me in the commentary box, hello to you, to make the step up here to win a first Premier title, and so much more this year based on what we've seen already this week.
Yeah, she's improved so much in the last few months. Last year she got to the quarterfinal in Wuhan. That was the first Premier event, her best result so far, and this is a chance for her to win it big time. She's won 3 smaller WTA tournaments, and she was always very good in the final. She played really well in the final, and obviously she is just in some serious form.
Well, look at the players she's dispatched there. 3 top 20 players. Angelique Kerber, who retired with injury, Donna Vekic and Aryna Sabalenka, and hasn't dropped a set yet so far this week. I suppose the key difference today is she said herself how much she loved the pace on the ball that she got from Sabalenka. She is not going to get that from Barty today, is she?
No, and that's why Barty is number 1, because she has such a variety in her game, and players these days, they hit so hard, and Yastremska is probably one of the young players who hits the hardest and hits it really cleanly and nicely, moves really well. But it will be a real test for Yastremska today, because obviously Ashleigh Barty has everything that a tennis player wants to have, all the weapons, all the variation in her game, all the spins, very good kick on the serve, high percentage of the first serve. She served really well, Barty, throughout the tournament. She had some problems in the first round against Pavlyuchenkova, But you know, it's the start of the season, so she's still feeling her way into the matches, and she's getting better and better every match. And the match yesterday against Collins was just incredible.
Yeah,
Tie break in the third set.
It was. She reached a peak level, I felt, against Vondrousova, a repeat of the French Open final of last year. The big breakthrough for Ash Barty, the first Grand Slam for her. You wouldn't have picked it coming on clay, but she was an unstoppable force in Paris last year. I think the foundations of her year last year were sown in Sydney, as we say hello to Julie Kien. Lee's going to be in charge of proceedings today. She did play a titanic final against Petra Kvitova and was so unlucky to lose it. But it wasn't long. A few weeks later, 6 or 7 weeks later, she was winning the title in Miami, and that was the springboard for her success last year, which took her to the title in Paris as well, and then followed that up on the grass in Birmingham. And then the WTA finals as well, which just underlines her versatility on all surfaces.
Yes, yes.
1 minute.
She's, I would say, perhaps hardcourt is one of her better surfaces. Not clay, funny enough, but she won the first Grand Slam on clay, but just shows you how good she is. And this is Craig Tyser, her coach, who has done so much good work with her, and is one of the main people responsible for her great results. Really nice man, and just so much to admire about Ash Barty.
They have a great relationship, the two of them, and they clearly enjoy each other's company and work very well together. And that's one of the intriguing elements moving forward for Yastremska, is that man there and his presence, his introduction in the close season, Sasha Bain, who guided Naomi Osaka to 2 Grand Slam titles in his relationship with her. And he's been speaking about Yastremska's ability and talking about her potential in relation to the players he's worked with in the past, Serena Williams, Vika Azarenka, Osaka of course as well, and he says he feels that her ability is right up there, which is putting her in lofty company indeed. And what I like about her, Tina, is she's already talking about the Australian Open. She lost to Serena Williams there tearfully last year. She's had a look at the draw. She starts against a qualifier. She's in a tough section of the draw, a very tough section, but she's already talking about, if results go her way and Serena's way, a possible rematch in round 4 in Melbourne, which you've got to love that ambition, haven't you?
Yeah, she's obviously feeling very, very confident and really looks forward to the Australian Open, but first we got this match coming up.
Yes, plenty to look forward to over the course over the next few hours, and of course the next fortnight as well in Melbourne. Ash Barty incidentally kicks off her campaign against Lesia Sarenko. That won't be entirely straightforward. Yastremska facing a qualifier first up in Melbourne.
Ready?
That is to come. More pressingly, the final in Adelaide. We were talking about the serve of Barty yesterday. I thought she served really well in sets 2 and 3, really up to the level. 14 aces for her yesterday. But Yastremska converted a lot of points behind her first serve yesterday as well.
14.
There's a first glimpse of the power she possesses. She can finish a point from anywhere.
First game.
Ash Barty will be more than acutely aware of that. She's been talking, Tina, about her younger sister Ivana, who she also feels will be a tennis force to be reckoned with, a talented family indeed of young players.
Ashleigh, Barty to serve. Fifteen love.
Looks like a better start today for Barty than yesterday. She struggled in the first couple of games, was a little bit slow, but is right on today.
Yeah, she was broken immediately, wasn't she, yesterday against Danielle Collins, who...
That's smart. Going through the middle, just waiting for her opponent to choose one side.
Okay. Game, Barty.
A straightforward start for the world #1 on serve. She was just having a chat with Julie Kienle, wasn't she, there? Not quite sure. Something perplexing Ash Barty. Certainly no sign of anything wrong in her opening service game.
Love 15.
That was a quick response from Barty.
Let Fussel. Wait, please.
Superb. And taking on Yastremska at her own game there, Tina, and winning.
She's going for it from the start, and the accuracy, that forehand down the line has worked so well for her. Very, very different start from yesterday. She's right on 3 break points for Ash Barty.
She was chasing the scoreboard early on against Danielle Collins yesterday, not a bit of it today. Trying to impose herself early. Spectacular start from Ash Barty, dismantling the serve of Yastremska in that game, and she's off to the best possible opening here in the final in Adelaide. She has the early break.
15-11. Please have a seat.
So good, this
39.
start from Barty, so precise. She's found a different level.
Yes, Yastremska is being pushed from side to side. A lot of variation in Barty's game comes to the net. Really good start from the Australian.
She's a Grand Slam doubles champion. She's not going to miss an overhead like that. She is on it from the get-go here today.
Well, very similar point to previous point, pushing Yastremska from side to side and finishing at the net. This smash is very, very consistent.
Fault. Oh. 40-15.
Unlucky.
Okay, Barty. Barty leads 3-1.
She's not giving Yastremska anything at all today.
Oh, Barty has a game to take your own game apart, doesn't she? No matter how well you hit and play, she just, with all the variation she has, little slices and top spins and kick serves, she just can take you apart.
Love 15.
She's in her head a little bit, I think. There's that slice.
Love 30.
It'll be so key today, isn't it?
That was such an unbelievable angle to hit it from that position.
Fifteen 13. 30 all.
You can see the tactic from Barty. The ad-court return is a cross-court slice to try and drag Yastremska out of the court and open it up for the Australian. Didn't quite work then, but it has worked a treat so far.
Well,
double faults were a factor last season.
Second double fault today.
Not finding enough first serves at the moment. She wasn't going to miss that. He's lethal coming forward. Wants to be inside the court, battering winners. Hasn't been able to do anything like that today.
The
Not
net court
yet.
exactly gave Yastremska just enough time to prepare perfectly for this shot and execute with precision.
Advantage Yastremska.
It's more like it.
Game Yastremska.
That's a mighty hold. Could be a really significant one in this opening set as well. Fending off a break
Barty
point and
leads 3 games to
finding
2.
a way back.
Time. Miss Barty's challenge and a call on the left near sideline. Ball was called in.
Great challenge.
15 low. Miss Yastremska is challenging a call. On the right center service line, ball was called in.
inside of the line.
30 low. Ms. Yastremska has 2 challenges remaining.
It's a super strike down the line.
30-15.
That backhand down the line is lethal. Look at the lovely preparation. Is very steady in her legs.
40-15.
Good body serve this time from Barty. She's been mixing it up really nicely with the serve, Ashleigh Barty. Always keeping her opponent guess.
Game, Barty.
A hold of serve achieved in barely the blink of an eye.
Barty leads 4
Laser
games to 2.
focus so far in this final. Giving absolutely nothing to Yastremska. We haven't seen the barrage of winners that we saw against Sabalenka because, of course, the pace on the ball from the Belarusian was just what Yastremska wanted. She's not getting that today.
No, it's a very different match today.
It's making her generate all her own pace.
Yes, yeah.
Not liking it as much.
Love 30.
There's that tactic again. The backhand slice on return from Ash Barty to the backhand of Yastremska. That ball keeping low, forcing her to hit up.
Yes, and short, so Yastremska has to move in. The footwork wasn't quite right here, it was a little bit too late.
15-30.
Barty's doing everything to mix it up. She's thinking every single shot to play a different shot.
Oh, that's more like it.
30.
Oh, that last shot from Barty didn't have much on it, and Yastremska is punishing it immediately. Look at his preparation, focus. Wow, that's fantastic.
Ms. Yastremska is challenging a call on the left center service line. Ball was called out.
Well, there was no complaint from Ash Barty. She was on the move to the other side of the court, so she obviously saw it as being good. But it wasn't.
Second serve.
Again, Yastremska has to move in, and she's half a step
Ms.
late.
Yastremska has 1 challenge remaining.
Mistiming it.
Yes.
She's having to dig deep in this opening set just to hang on to the coattails of Ash Barty.
Oh yeah. So much variation in Barty's game. She's still very young. She's still a teenager, Yastremska. She's learning so much about tennis. Good serve.
Advantage, Yastremska. Yeah, first serve. Deuce. Advantage, Barty.
Oh, double fault comes at an unfortunate moment. She looked like she was fighting back again from break point down, but she's going to have to defend another one here.
A huge one here for Barty.
Deuce.
It's a little closer than she might have liked, but a nice touch.
I like her demeanor. She's so calm, but yet so intense with her mind and game.
She would have enjoyed that.
Advantage, Yastremska.
It's a good response.
3 double faults so far, but 2 aces from Yastremska. Real difference, Tina, in first serve percentage. Just over 58% for Yastremska.
Yeah.
Down at 46, in fact, now. 64 for Ash Barty.
Deuce. Advantage, Barty.
And the slice working its magic. That's what she'll look to do, draw the errors.
Game.
That could be a huge break.
Miss Yastremska has
Had
requested
to work
a
so
third
hard
punch.
for it. I felt if
Ball change,
Yastremska could have
please.
found a way back in that game, then maybe, just
Barty
maybe,
leads
the first set
5
was still
games to
alive.
2.
It really doesn't look like it is now. Barty in complete control.
What's up? Relax.
So many stupid mistakes.
It's okay.
Every
It's
time
okay.
I have opportunity in the rally, I miss.
Of course, but also please, because you have now game point, you know, and you go immediately down the line the first ball. There's no need. Also her backhand, you know, it bothers you a little bit with the slice.
Because I don't like to play from this slice, that's why I go on her forehand.
I know, but not the first one there. Then go middle a little bit, but trust me, even that backhand is not, I saw you now in practice just doing it. You can do this. Like, even if she slices, all you have to do is you drop a little bit more from under and up, and if the ball is up high, you go more through. But I really want you to let your hands go. Remember how I told you play the score, think about score? This match, please don't. Think about what you need to do. The score will come by itself, okay? Focus on yourself, let your hands go, relax and have a little bit of fun there, yeah? You earned it to play here against the world #1. The moment you forget all this stuff here outside, the people, the balls, just focus on you.
I don't care about the people about me.
No, but like on court, I see you being a little bit tight, a little bit, that's not you. Just
Yeah,
relax.
because he makes so many unforced errors.
Ah, it's okay. And how do we make him less? Easier choice is #1, and
Time.
then #2 is more legs in between the rally and easy hands. Let your hands go, yeah? You're doing good. Come on.
Well, calming words of encouragement from Sasha Barty. Really good advice as well.
This is a good sign that she's got him in her corner, because he's so experienced, obviously. I think there's much more to come from Yastremska.
And you can see how agitated she was getting because she's making too many errors. She knows that. The advice was calm and good from Barty about what she needs to do. There's Dayana Yastremska's mum sitting next to the coach.
She's thinking too much about the slice that she doesn't like. Obviously, she knows that there are too many unforced errors in her game at the moment. Needs to relax, but it's not easy to relax. Another great game from Barty. 3 set points.
The job is half done. Ash Barty with a brilliant set of tennis, plotting her way to the finish line, in it by the variety. She needed to unsettle Yastremska, and it's working so far beautifully.
Game in first set, Barty by 6 games to 2.
Well, the world #1's ready to go again. I'm not surprised. She's itching to get on with it, because that was a fairly immaculate set of tennis from her, executing her game plan exactly as she would have wanted today.
Yes, exactly. And Yastremska is a bit unsettled with the variation. But don't forget, most of the players today on tour, they play hard and flat, and she doesn't get to play this sort of game very often. In fact, I think she's playing against him for the first time, isn't she, against Barty?
Second time.
Second time. So she doesn't play against these sort of players with that much variation very often, and it's clearly unsettling her. Perhaps this glue break now will, you know, calm her down a little bit. She will have a think, and obviously has a good coach in her corner. But she's still very young. She's a teenager. She's 19 years old. She's learning. That's why this match is so good for her, but also a good test for Barty.
Love 15.
And again, we were talking about, she played her last year in Miami, didn't she? Barty won relatively easily in 2 sets. So that just shows you that Barty knows how to play these sort of players. She comes across the most of their matches, actually.
Oh,
15,
that is
13.
such brilliant improvisation from Barty. That slice midway through the rally.
That's so smart.
It just moved sideways, didn't it? Violently so. She's right on top of the net there. No way back. It's a smart move to try and drag her into the net, isn't it? Because that's absolutely not where she wants to be.
No, she's not very confident coming in. You can see that she hesitates a bit. Yastremska, when she's forced to come into the net. A couple of break points early on for Barty.
Much better again from Yastremska. And the net cord just allowed her to tee up that forehand and really impose herself in this exchange.
This one, yeah. From here on, she took charge in the point. Didn't let down.
Yes.
She's done a great job of defending break points. She's had to face several of them in the match so far. She saved 5 out of possible 7. There's the power.
Advantage, Yastremska. Deuce.
Just over eager.
Yeah, it's the same ball that she doesn't like, sort of not ball without much pace. And she has to move forward. She doesn't like that. She's thinking too much about it. It's gotten into her head a little bit at the moment, but it's so important for her to win this first game.
Advantage Barty.
Well, the unforced errors are really starting to pile up, as is the pressure.
Correction was good. First serve. Deuce.
Well, she's playing the clutch points really well. That's one thing that she can take away from what's happened so far in this final. The trouble for her is she's having to keep digging deep on serve.
Yeah. First serve percentage in the first set was around 40%, which against somebody like Barty is not high enough.
Advantage Barty.
She's feeling the pressure, going for the line there.
That's so good from Ash Barty. She's varied the pace on the ball on return. That particular occasion, she fired one back at Yastremska and she wasn't ready for it.
First game, second set.
Well, the breakthrough is instant.
So good, she can either Ash Barty block it or add more pace on the ball, so you don't know what's coming, and that is for the opponent very unsettling. Our first set percentage, Yastremska didn't quite find the game, but we have to give all the credit to Barty because she started really well in the first set, first couple of games, and she stuck to her game really nicely. Not many unforced errors at all. If one is correct, then that's absolutely incredible. But yes, just perfect set for Ash Barty.
Love 15.
Well, the one thing for Yastremska to just keep at the back of her mind is there will be a little bit of scar tissue for Ash Barty. 2 finals in a row on home soil the last 2 years haven't gone her way. So she gets to that finish line.
I'm sure she wants it really badly, Ash Barty, to win it at home. That's nothing better than winning at home, and yes, that will be one of the moments when perhaps Yastremska can come back. But on the other hand, Ash Barty is so experienced. She's world #1, so it'll be interesting to see how she copes with her own expectations and wishes.
30-15.
She's surprised me really nicely in this tournament, in tough moments, she's played well. You know, yesterday in a tie-break, the last few points, it was really just up to last few points in a tie-break, and she really played when it mattered.
She did. She led the tie-break 4-2, and Collins pulled it back to 4-all, and they were key moments, and she passed that test.
30.
At the moment, it's almost gone too easy for Barty. She needs to keep the intensity up, just not lose focus. Oh, that was good.
Plenty of focus on that forehand. Is that at the back of the box?
Again, the precision of her shots.
Clever again. It was a miscue on the return of serve from Yastremska. She was given a high ball back by Barty, and she couldn't handle it.
Completely mistimed it. Hit it on the side of the strings, on the side of the racket. If she can just let the arm go a little bit, Yastremska, just let it go, just go for it and not think about it. Couple of good serves, that certainly helps.
That's what Sasha Bain was trying to get her to do, wasn't it? In that on-court consultation in the opening set.
Yeah.
Got a dose of her own medicine there with a nice backhand slice down the line from Yastremska, which drew a Barty error. Gorgeous strike.
Yastremska.
That is a morale-boosting hold of serve for Dayana Yastremska. There haven't been many of them in this match so far, but just keeping tabs on the world number one.
Time.
Well, Dayana Yastremska doing her homework at the change of ends, reading her notes. She needs to try and get into the Barty serve a bit more. Winning less than 10% on first serve return is not going to get the job done, is it?
Oh no, but Barty has been mixing it up so well. She's mixed up the directions and the pace and the height of the ball. She hits flat and then she hits into the body, then she hits slice out wide. So Yastremska doesn't know what's coming next.
Low.
She's done a great job of moving her out of the Yastremska strike zone as well.
Yeah. She's tries everything out of her strike zone, actually, every single ball, if she can, Barty. That's why she's so successful. We can see what Yastremska does when she has enough time on the ball. This net court gave her obviously time to prepare properly and execute. She just kills the ball. So Barty wants to stay away from those kind of shots.
30-15.
She's scrapping really well here though, Yastremska. Looking for a chance to make a breakthrough, a first in this match. Hasn't been able to break the serve of Barty yet, or get close to that in truth. Here's a first chance, right on cue.
Good depth on the return from Yastremska.
She's got the breakthrough. Well, she deserves that. She's really knuckled down in this second set. Close the gap from love 2, and all of a sudden a real fight on our hands, haven't we, in this second set?
Yeah, you could almost feel that she's let her arm go a little bit, not in the previous game, but in the one before, and hopefully she can relax a bit. That will help her execute her shots much better.
15 low.
1 or 2 errors just creeping in for Barty that just were not there at all in the opening set.
Fault. Low. 30-15.
Absolutely certain. Nearly took out one of the lines officials there with that cross-court backhand put away. Oh,
Okay,
yes.
Yastremska.
Now that is definitely the Yastremska we've seen all week. He knows it, and Barty will know it too.
Yastremska leads 3
It's an
games.
impressive turnaround from the teenager. Back on serve in the second set. Well, she made a really good start to this set, Ash Barty, but Yastremska has fought back magnificently.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I can sense it too.
Love.
Having lost 3 games in a row, Barty just trying to reassert her authority here. Not going to get that.
15.
Well, Yastremska has managed to win the last 3 games, so it's really important for Barty to hold the serve.
.30. Game, Barty.
She does just that. Just halts the momentum that the teenager was just starting to generate.
3 games still.
You could almost see that, you know, Barty being up 2-love in the second set, she was losing focus a little bit. She was getting a bit relaxed, and that's a very dangerous situation. Your opponent can come back, and she did, Yastremska, for a little bit.
Love 15.
And you can see there that coming to the net and volleying is not a natural instinct for Yastremska.
Yeah, there's no split step. She just runs through the ball. Somebody like Barty can do that because She plays volley so well. She can volley from any position, anywhere. But somebody like Yastremska really has to get down to basics. I'm sure that's one of the
15.
you know, one of the things that she will work really hard with Sasha Bain, her coach.
Such an important element, isn't it, to add to your game if you can.
Not that she's going to start coming to the net, but when she has to come to the net, that she'll be able to execute.
15-13.
She's got so much easy power. It forces opponents to hit up so often. There are so many times you could come forward and finish off a point at the net.
Yeah. Not being quite aggressive enough at the moment, Barty. She needs to raise the intensity a little bit.
It's brilliantly done.
40-13.
Inside out backhand.
That's smart.
Okay.
She's thinking really
Yastremska.
carefully out there. And she's plotting her way back here.
Yastremska
Continues to
leads 4
nose
games
in
to
front
3.
in this final set.
Time. Let for serve.
Yeah, you really feel like she's starting to crank it up, Yastremska. Barty's going to need to respond to this.
Yeah, Barty tried to mix it up on that last shot, but the ball was just too short, and look how Yastremska just kills it.
Oh, she invited her
15.
back in. Oh, that was close.
remember seeing Yastremska first time. That's another great drive volley from Barty. Of course, she's so good at the net. Yastremska at Wimbledon Juniors, playing in 2016. She played one of her fellow country women or girls or whatever you call it. And I was watching that thinking, is that possible? How well these juniors are playing. And you know, right then, you could see that she had something special about her, and she's the one to watch.
She lost the final, didn't she, to Potapova? But
well, Potapova is another one of those who was, I just went, wow, this is so exciting.
Yeah, Barty responding to the challenge. Third ace of the match.
Mm. 30-40.
Barty desperately needs this game.
Yes. Advantage, Yastremska.
It's not very often she gets the backhand slice wrong, but symptomatic perhaps of the pressure being applied at the other end.
Well, I almost think she tried a drop shot there. It wasn't quite the shot choice she wanted. Break point number 2.
Going toe-to-toe with Yastremska there. Just biding her time. The patience was key. That will feel like a missed opportunity, though, to the teenager. Brilliant.
Advantage, Barty.
Well, she took the first opportunity to come to the net, and that was not an easy smash. It was quite high, and she doesn't miss those really, Barty.
Game, Barty.
That could be a huge, huge
Ball
hold.
change, please.
Absolutely huge for Barty.
2 break points she had
New
to
balls.
defend. And she did a great job of doing just that.
She's changed the
4
racket.
games.
Ever closer to that trophy, isn't she? Just 2 more games required.
Fresh and tight
Potentially.
strings.
Yep.
15-all.
And sometimes it's difficult, isn't it? Mentally, when you've had chances to break your opponent and you don't take them. You can be vulnerable in the service game that follows, and I just wonder if that might be a factor here for Yastremska.
Yeah, she must forget those break points as soon as possible. They're gone.
Combined with the match situation, a toxic combination.
Well, Barty just being patient there, playing through the middle, waiting for the right shot. And then when the ball comes shorter, then going to the side. Really smart play from Ash.
Outstanding.
30-14.
Again, the variety is phenomenal.
Just the perfect shot. Playing back behind her, catching her on the wrong foot. That's a response.
Miss Yastremska is
Late
challenging the
call,
call,
probably
on the right
worth a
sideline.
look.
Ball is called out.
Especially at this stage of the set. Every first serve counts.
First serve.
She's found it.
Advantage, Yastremska.
Spectacular shot. And a smile from the world number one. She knows how good that was.
Game, Yastremska.
Well, she's not going to handed over, is she, this
Miss
trophy?
Yastremska has requested to steer coach.
Barty's going to have to take it, and Yastremska fighting
leads
brilliantly
5
in the
games to 4.
second set.
Beautiful. Good job, Dayana.
Every time she plays right on my forehead, I cannot control it and play back cross. That's why it goes this stupid dunk line, because I'm really late and I just try to put it in the court.
Okay, it's all right. Take a few deep breaths. Here's what I want you to do. On her return game now, if you do go down the line, you have to make a difference with your backhand, okay? To just play down the line, just to change direction is not enough, because then she attacks you with her forehand, okay? So I'll rather even see you accelerating a little bit faster the backhand and go through the middle if you have to, but don't just give her the angle, you know? So that's number one. Number two, now it's new balls. Last return game, you put so many returns in, you're right there. The moment you put the return in, you give yourself a chance. And from the baseline, let your hands go. We play to win.
Because now, being honestly, sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. It's all right.
When I make return and then if I have the opportunity, I really get a little bit tight because I feel the opportunity.
Don't, but focus. 1-2. Dayana, 1-2, let the hands go. Sorry. 1-2. Yeah. 1-2 and let those hands
Time.
go. Okay? 1-2, let those hands go. If you go line, mean it. Or you accelerate anything. Time? Oh, sorry. Let's go.
Well, they clearly have a really good player-coach relationship. And again, calming instructions for Dayana Yastremska as Barty serves to stay in this second set. Well, the coach said let the hands go, and she certainly has.
Certainly after she makes the returns, because that was one of her vices in the first set. She didn't make too many returns and couldn't really start the point. So I think what he's saying is first 2 balls and then really go for it. Make first 2 balls into the court, even if it's hard through the middle like this one.
15-all.
She's certainly looking dangerous.
But she feels the opportunity is there. That was so interesting. Of course we can see it from the outside, but she can feel it. This could be her set.
30-15.
Barty needs to come up with the goods now. And she can. That's why tennis is so interesting. You never know until the last point.
Chance on second serve there. The return not quite there. She was looking for it down the line. That's what our coach said. Make it count down the line if you're going to go there. I think she's just getting a little bit used. She's dialed in now to that Barty slice. And she's coping with the variation a little bit better than she did in the opening set.
Yeah, she certainly is, yeah.
Oh, whoa, whoa. Well, Yastremska was talking about the tension she's feeling. There'll be plenty at the other end too. That's why she's the world number 1. And the going gets tough. And tough get going.
Game, Barty.
What a hold. The pressure was right there. Barty found a way to hold Yastremska at arm's length.
He knows how
5
important
games
it was.
on.
He's quite nervous. Drinking water, it helps, you know, when you're nervous somehow. What an important hole for Ash Barty.
Love 15.
Couple of gifts
Love
there
30.
from Yastremska.
Needs to find some first serves and fairly sharpish.
Out. Love 40.
Well, this escalated quickly, didn't it?
Game, Barty.
She's just a game away. It's on her racket now. Ash Barty will have a chance to serve for the title, the Adelaide International, very shortly indeed.
Barty leads 6 games to 5. Time.
And just listen to the crowd. They're starting to get excited. One last push for the world number 1.
Brilliant start from Ash Barty. Good serve, even better follow-up.
Oh, she's bringing the heat, isn't she? Just when she needs it.
Very smart body serve. Great serving in the last game. Brings Barty 3 match points.
She's done it,
Barty.
and the Barty party can really start in Adelaide.
7-5.
It's the 8th title of her career, but this one's just a little bit more special because it's her first on home soil. She came so close the last 2 years in Sydney, but now finally she's a champion in Australia, and that will mean so much to Ash Barty. The perfect preparation for the Australian Open, and one of the rising stars of women's tennis, Dayana Yastremska, dispatched in straight sets.
Yes, what a great performance from Ash Barty. It was just so mental towards the end. Perhaps she was getting a little bit nervous, but she managed to pull it through. And how proud is this coach feeling now? And how good is Ash feeling now winning at home?
Well, it was agonizing for her last year, just being edged out by Kvitova in 3 of the best sets of tennis. You'll see they were extraordinary the year before. Angelique Kerber had done the same. But patience has been key for Ash Barty, and she's finally got what she wanted here in Adelaide. And the perfect start to the year for the world #1 as well. And immense satisfaction, you suspect, with the way her game is shaping up for the first Grand Slam of 2020 around the corner now in Melbourne. Interesting to hear the thoughts of Ash Barty after this match, and Yastremska too, because as we suspected, it was the variety that was her undoing in the end, wasn't it?
Yes, and the experience that Ash Barty has. Yastremska, you know, she doesn't play this kind of players very often, and it's a learning process still for a young one. It's the first final of premier event for Yastremska. Brilliant achievement for her. We will see much more from her, but Ash Barty, just admire this player so much. She's got so much. She's got everything, all the weapons. She really got it going there when it mattered the most, and served so well in the last game. Well, a lot of people will get tight. She just produced 3 lovely serves and finished off the match really, really nicely. She must be feeling so happy. Look at her.
I think it's a relief more than anything, and a release of tension. The last couple of years, as I say, it's been mission not quite accomplished for Ash Barty, but it is now, and she will head to Melbourne in fine fettle, relaxed and ready to go. And she handles the expectation on home soil so well.
Yeah.
She's a great character, universally liked on the tour, and it's been a joy to see her success over the last few years.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm sure you would agree with me that over the past few decades here in Adelaide, we have seen some incredible tennis players grace these courts here at Memorial Drive. But perhaps you'll also agree with me in that I don't think we've seen the quality of tennis like we have seen over the past week or so on this court underneath this brand new roof, and we certainly haven't seen the world #1 Australian tennis player here for quite some time, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'd also like to put our hands together one more time for our finalist, our champion, and every single person who has been involved in the Adelaide International for 2020, ladies and gentlemen. It has been remarkable. Thank you. Now, before we commence the official presentation ceremony, I would like to acknowledge the Kaurna people, who are the traditional custodians of this land. I would also like to pay respects to elders past, present and emerging. Now, joining the players for the presentation on centre court just behind me, we have the President of Tennis South Australia, Kent Teely. We have the Honourable Corey Wingard, MP. We have the Tournament Director, Alistair McDonald, the Supervisor of the WTA, Carolyn Kramer, the Tournament Referee, Pam Whitecross, and the Chair Umpire of the Women's Singles Final, Julie Shenley. Please thank our team. What a week it's been. I would now like to introduce the Honourable Corey Wingard, MP, the Australian Minister for Recreation, Sport and Racing, to say a few words.
Thank you very much. I would like to also acknowledge that we do meet on the traditional lands of the Kaurna people and pay our respects to their elders past and present. Well, what an absolutely amazing final. Can I also take this opportunity to thank the players, especially the women players who are part of this tournament and have made it so absolutely fantastic. They've been outstanding. Give them a big round of applause. They've been absolutely wonderful. It kicked off with the Rally for Resilience, and again, Angelique Kerber was so wonderful, and Simona Halep giving up their time for that. We thank them for that. But getting tennis, first-class tennis, back here to Memorial Drive, with the roof, of course, the investment that was made by the government, we're very proud of that. But to have the likes of Barty playing on centre court, and it's been nearly a decade since an Australian woman has won a tournament here in our country, and to have Ash break that drought is absolutely sensational. So Ash, I know you're from Queensland, but now that you've won our event, you are officially a South Australian, so welcome to the club. We love having you. We look forward to seeing you play in Melbourne, and we'll be supporting you there as well. And to Ash's mum, I did put a message out to her to try and get Ash to come and play. She gave me the thumbs up, and I'm glad she played a small part in getting Ash here to play at our event, and we love having you back. But it's fantastic that we've had such a great tournament, and again, a big thanks to the players, and especially our winner this year, Ashleigh Barty.
Corey, thank you very much. I'd now like to invite Tournament Director Alistair McDonald to present the Women's Singles Final, Chair Umpire Julie Shenley, with a South Australian bottle of wine as a thank you for today and throughout the week, ladies and gentlemen. Julie Shenley. And now for a very special thank you to a long-term supporter of tennis here in Adelaide. She's absolutely made this tournament run like clockwork. I can speak personally as well. She brings the players to the court and she does it absolutely perfectly. I don't think she knows she's about to get this, so it's a bit of a surprise. To the tournament referee, ladies and gentlemen, Pam Whitecross, Alistair McDonald will present a Rado watch as a token of appreciation for everything that Pam Whitecross does. Please, once again, put your hands together. I'd now like to ask Michael O'Brien, representing Master Carver, Patrick Ferguson and Uncle Moogie, to come forward. Michael will bring forward the Perpetual Women's Singles Trophy, and Uncle Moogie will bless the trophies with boomerangs, and he will be asking his ancestors to remove any evil spirits from the trophies.
Ngarayari pakano mutano Ghana ngarayari pakano mutano Koran warangi pangaring open Koran warangi pangaring open Ngarayari pakano Mutano Ghana, Pakano Mutano. Couldn't worry, Pangaring open. Couldn't worry, Pangaring open. Ghana, Pakano Mutano. Couldn't worry, Pangaring open. Ghana, Pakano Mutano. Couldn't worry, Pangaring open. But I said, I asked the evil spirit or bad spirit, bad energy to go and not travel with the winners and the other players as they travel back to their homelands. Thank you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, to our runner-up. If the President of Tennis South Australia, Kent Teely, could present the Women's Runner-Up Trophy to the world number 24, please put your hands together for Dayana Yastremska. Dayana, congratulations. Obviously not the exact result you were after, but you're going to rise to, I think, world number 21. We'll see you inside the world top 20 very soon. A great start to the season for you.
Yes, thank you. First of all, I want to congrats Ashleigh for the win. Great tournament. It was a pleasure to play against world number 1. I wish you good luck in Melbourne, and I hope we're going to play many more times. And I want to say thanks to my team. It's not the win, but just beginning. And of course, thanks to everyone for the support all the week. For sure, today you supported better Ashleigh, but I understand everything. And I still enjoyed a lot playing here. I love Australia. I love being here. And just thank you, everyone. It's a great tournament.
Really well said. Thank you so much. We'll see you very soon. Dayana Yastremska. We'll see you at the Australian Open. Well done. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to our Adelaide International Women's Singles Champion. I'd like to invite the Minister for Recreation, Sport and Racing, Corey Wingard, to hand the Perpetual Trophy to our winner. Her first win on home soil. How much noise can you make for Barty? Ash, congratulations. You must be getting used to this by now.
Oh, absolutely not. This is incredible. It's been a pleasure playing here this week in Adelaide. It's been a beautiful tournament. Congratulations to Dayana and your team. It's been amazing. I mean, great start to the year, and I know we'll have many more matches in the future.
Well said. Take us through the match. You came out of the blocks. She came back in the second set. How did you see it? Were you playing your best tennis out on court today, do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I felt like it was a great tussle. I mean, it's a final. You have to bring the absolute best, and I was able to do that today and just get across the line. But I mean, this tournament here in Adelaide's been exceptional. It's my first time. I know that you guys, as the fans, as the public, have been craving tennis for many years now, and I hope that we've brought the best this week. It's been a pleasure playing in front of you in this incredible centre court.
Well said. I did want to ask you, I noticed in your early match when you beat Pavlyuchenkova, you lost the first set, the crowd came behind you. Against Danielle Collins yesterday, you were raising your arm up in the air. You wanted more from them. What do they do to you out on court? I mean, I haven't seen that from you, particularly in the semi-final, for a while. They got behind you.
Yeah, they do. You guys are amazing. I mean, it was, you know, not very often I give you guys a lot, but I definitely feel the love out here, and I love playing in Australia. I love playing at home, and it's been incredible for my team and I to enjoy this week. I mean, we had our pre-season, we trained, we did all the work, and it was about coming out here this week and enjoying the competition, and you guys really made that and fun for me and enjoyable for me, so thank you very much.
Just one more from me. I was reading in the newspaper that apparently when you were younger, you know, someone said to you in passing that you were too small to be a champion tennis player. You're not so small anymore, are you?
I'm not very big, but I'm not very small. No, look, I think for me it's been incredible to be a part of a campaign that brings girls back into sport. I mean, I've lived through it. I've lived through all of it. I've had my issues. I've had my struggles. But, you know, when I became vulnerable and kind of broke through that glass ceiling and just enjoyed being me, that was the best part about it. So I think it's, you know, it's a message for all girls and boys, but girls in particular is just stay true to yourself, enjoy your sport and chase your dreams.
Love it. Hey, I'll give you just a moment. Perhaps you might like to thank a few people. I'll give you the microphone if that's okay.
Righto. Well, thank you obviously to all of the sponsors that have made this tournament possible. It's been a pleasure coming back to Adelaide. I know that you guys have made it enjoyable for all the players. It showed in the quality of field that came here and that wanted to play and be involved in this tournament. Of course, thanks to Al for your incredible organisation and everything for this tournament. And like I said, bringing the world's best here. And obviously to Pam and Carolyn, thank you for looking after us on the WTA side, bless you. And yeah, look, it's just been amazing to come back here. Obviously for my team and I, it was nice to get the ball rolling a little bit this week, get better and better with each match, and I can't wait to get started in Melbourne on Monday.
One more time, Ash Barty, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, that concludes our presentation. We have plenty more tennis to come. I'll invite our players to move forward to the net for a photo opportunity. The men's final not too far away. Let's put our hands together one more time for our champion and our runner-up at the Adelaide International.
Well, lovely words from both players. Ash Barty in sparkling form on the court and off it with the microphone in hand as well. But understandable, immense delight on her part. And she really brought her A game when it mattered today and was able to raise it even higher when the challenge came from Yastremska, which we knew it would, and it did in that second set.
Yeah. What a fantastic finish to this tournament. A couple of players will see much more in the future, especially Yastremska, still only 19 years old, and I only have superlatives about Ash Barty. She really is such a lovely, lovely player and person.
And the Barty mantelpiece will be groaning with 8 trophies on it now. She will hope plenty more to come in the future. Quarter-finalist at the Australian Open 12 months ago. She'll head there as the world #1 and with another trophy in her bag. It is the perfect start to the year. She'll also feel a little bit of a pressure release in some way for winning on home soil for the first time.
Yes, this might be a good sign for Melbourne, you know, winning, getting it off her shoulders.
Well, she's definitely got matches under her belt. She won't want for being match tight because she has put together 4 really great wins here. Same could be said of Yastremska as well, warming up nicely for Melbourne with the calibre of opponent that she's brushed aside. 3 top 20 wins for her, the first time she's done that in the same week. So that will give her confidence as well as she heads to the Australian Open. She's a lovely character as well. It's going to be fascinating to see her career evolve, especially over the course of the next year or so with Sasha Bain in her corner. They clearly have a really good relationship. Clarity of thought and vision that they share, and their interactions certainly suggests that there is huge potential in that working relationship.
Yes, a very good match. Obviously, Ash Barty was on top of it from the start. Statistics, well, doesn't really tell us that much. I mean, unforced errors is slightly high as from Yastremska, but you know, Ash Barty brought in that mix in the game, and that made Yastremska play shots that she wasn't used to. That's why so many unforced errors, which in the future I'm sure she will want to have less of those, but she will learn a lot from it. But what a great execution from Barty, especially towards the end when everything got a bit tight. She executed when it mattered, and the last game was just so impressive when she served 3 first serves in and just executed shots and points so well.
Well, that concludes our coverage from Adelaide. We do hope you've enjoyed the tennis, but from me, Sue Thurl, and from Tina Krujan, with congratulations to Barty, the champion, we say good night from Adelaide.
Good night.